Hello friends and welcome to a new fresh Let's Play in the mighty Crusader Kings 3. Firstly, a wee thank you to Paradox Interactive for the access to Royal Court early. I am beyond humbled and appreciative. After much deliberation, we decided we would have a roleplay focused playthrough with the new DLC and see what we could do in the East with one of the pagan religions and the mighty Prussian culture. We play as Fread of House Randolfski, first of his name. A handsome fella, I'm sure you will all agree. He's modelled after me. A strong, ambitious, wrathful, vengeful ex-Viking raider who found himself naturally talented in the art of war. Much to his shock, he discovered he was in fact the bastard to a local landholder. With new responsibility, our brave young adventurer turned ruler attempts to make a name for himself and etch his name in history. So with the formalities out of the way, we have our wife here, High Chiefess Veer of Prussia. She is a temperate, deceitful, ambitious, amateurish plotter who is a diplomat. Oh, look at this, she happens to be a giant. I think we could probably make some use out of this. So that's our wife. This is our character, if anybody wants to look. We are House Randolfski. Here we have our custom designed coat of arms. I went for something a little bit different compared to normal. So we have a set of lovely golden swords atop a crown with a lovely white sort of crescent on the bottom. You can see our motto is, an axe can fix any problem. Now, this is something I find I can agree with, whether it be for the better or for the worse. And beyond that, we have Prussia. Now, I did design this with one of the new features, which is the coat of arms designer. The cool thing is, at any point in game, you can adjust this. You can change it and then go all about it and create your own. So at any point now, say you had something happen and you thought, right, I'm going to change my coat of arms. We had a massive victory over here, and of which I put my axe into the enemy commander. You could then put an axe onto your emblem. Easy to do. The other thing you can now do, which I am stupidly excited for, is you can edit your emblems, and most importantly, your map colour. So for Prussia, I think I'm going to go for a bit of a grey. I think that just makes sense. So we're going to finish that, customise that, and then look at that. Look at that. We've got the Prussian grey here. What more can someone want? What more? So my friends, we have ourselves a wife. We are going to immediately begin seducing. We're also going to demand... No, we're not. We're not going to demand that she convert her faith, so that's cool. And I guess we'll check out how much men we can raise. 1,110. Do we want a lover? Do we want a concubine? I don't think we do just now. We're newly married. Let's not upset the balance, let's say. In here, you can see we can recruit a forest specialist, we can go on a pilgrimage, we can develop our capital. Not going to do that just now. This is probably what we want to do first. But to do this, we have to appoint some of these roles. So, Antiquarian can repair or find new artifacts. So I think in here, we will give it to the top of the board, which is Gerkes. The aptitude there is average, you can see everyone else is terrible or poor. Gerkes will fill the role. In she goes. Next up, we're going to have court physician. We have no one here who is adequate, so I think we'll wait until the need arises. And then finally, we have a court tutor. Average tutor here, I guess we'll take it. That means everyone can be raised sort of equally, if you will. So, we have 1,100 men at our disposal. Is there any early conquests? We could go east. We could go west. We could go south. So we are surrounded by, I would say, some fairly even-sized areas and swaths of land. The other thing I am aware of is we are on the 867 start, and we have a certain individual who will be looking to expand pretty exponentially. So we will be keeping an eye on that front. But I think our first port of call will be a rally point set to the east. We're going to probably declare war here, and then go at them. We're going to go at them. Firstly though, I think we will up our tribal authority. It just makes sense. We have, sadly, with the marriage and upping our tribal authority, we've decimated our prestige, but that's fine. We can make that work. And we're going to start off with a war with Chieftain Okay, we're going to give this a go. I'm going to go for the full thing in one go. I'm just going to commit. Chieftain Pergubrius of Yatvagi. Thank God I hopefully won't have to say that too many more times. We're going to go for Scalovia and try and unite the coast. Then once we've done that, we can demand Memel. Just a Just a little Hearts of Iron joke there for all you folks, you know, fans of the series. Anyway, let's raise our troops. We'll leave it on 3 speed. We'll get the gang together. I am naturally leading with my my forder, so I'll be crossing the river and we're going straight into the point. He's pathetically trying to raise his troops. Pah, I say, pah! All we now need to do is wait for this to progress to 250. Hopefully they don't counter us or they don't make some sort of last minute alliance, and then we are good to go. We are receiving champions, which is never a bad thing. They do appear to be going round us. I wonder if they're going to try and go siege somewhere and make this last a lot longer than it has to. I should also mention we are of a martial focus. I've went for chivalry. It feels very focused on sort of the Viking lifestyle. I've taken the first in the strategist, the Bellum Eustrum. The reason being we'll get the cheap Casus Belli, and I've took the first in Gallant, the stalwart leader, which means that we can lead our armies and we're just generally better at commanding. But let's fast forward the siege here. They are counter-sieging us. We should finish this before they get there. Yeah, so it's just a race and then we'll need to try and intercept them. Unfortunately, some raiders have arrived on our coast and we're going to go try and dispatch of them before heading south. And I think we are successfully seducing our wife, which is always a good thing. We are going to catch... No, we're not. I think we've managed to stop them just before they've raided it. We have. And we're going to catch those raiders. Sadly, they seem to have a pretty competent commander, and they have... Oh no. Mistakes may have been made here. We just lost our court tutor. I guess our chancellor is going to be getting reassigned here. And then we're going to appoint... Okay, I'm going to have to fix this, but this battle needs to come to a close first. Now, we're just quite heavily handicapped ourselves here in terms of fighting this war. Thankfully, we do still outnumber them, but we're going to have to end up counter-sieging this. I mean, what's a Let's Play without some, you know, poor decisions, right? What's a Let's Play without poor decisions? I'm going to quickly pause. We're going to go in here and we're going to sort this. So, our Marshal, we're going to reassign our champion for that role. Our Chancellor here, we're going to... Oh, God. We're going to assign our Vassal and then our Steward. Oh, this is pain. This is pain. Okay. We're going to have to increase control because we've kind of lost control due to the raiding, but we'll make that work. And then let's go back, let our army replenish and counter-siege that. We'll make this work. So, I am going to open the Book of Grudges and put in that we've just been raided from our west. We will take a mental note of this and return in kind. So we have 175 to raid there, they have 118. I'm going to go north and break them. I think that's more important just now for what we're trying to do. We've got a few champions, that is not good. There is some beefy boys here. 21. I'm going to take him. Sorry, 27 Marshal Prowess. And then here, we'll recruit this gentleman as well. It's 16 Prowess. So they're going to be commanding our forces here. We are going to ford the river and go through a forest here, so I'm going to maintain command. And we should have a fight in our hands here. Quite an important battle to decide this war, I dare say. We have the numbers and the command advantage, so we should be okay. We're kind of decimating them here. We are sadly still going to have to rally south and break that siege before this war ends. I am contemplating finishing the job here. For the reason being, they are back again. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to learn from my mistakes and we're going to go back in again. So what's this? Offer of a concubine. Audra. She's a court tutor. No, you know what? I'm going to remain loyal to my wife just now. Once we've had a few children, who knows what could happen. But at this moment in time, we are loyal. I guess they've raided and they've left, so we'll just stay here just now. We've defeated them once again. I am going to go south and we're going to break this siege. For a 96% war score, I dare say when this is finished, we will be in the money. So let's try and break this. They're fighting the raiders that are hitting them. God bless those raiders, right? We'll hit them. 6 months on that siege left. That's kind of tame. I really don't want a concubine just now. We need to try and have. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. When did this happen? Oh no. Our wife's been taken. Our giant wife. Okay, I guess we need to raise some gold. So I guess we'll just end this war just now. We need to get our money together and get our wife back. Our giant wife must be brought back home. My god, this is rough biscuits. We're also being raided again. I mean, I guess we're in Raid City here, right? Let's raise our troops, we'll allow them to gather, and we'll see. We're not going to be able to do much against that. We're really not going to be able to do much. We're going to have to just accept that they're raiding, and they're to the north of us. After a tense siege, High Chief Valnius has succeeded in penetrating the fortified settlement of Ragnita. Oh god. I will avenge this slight. I'm all for a rivalry with one of our local... let's say, potential best friends. We're going to disband just now. We'll let our troops sort of gather. We're going to have to lick our wounds. We've managed to take a new settlement, so we've got that. We will eventually finish him. I'm trying to think who we're best probably attack. I think I kind of want to form up in this river here. Work our way around there. That'd be a nice southern border for just now. Then we can look to go north. Our kingdom, I think, is Lithuania. Yeah. So we need to hold, obviously, the large swathe of that. We're actually quite well set up in the south here. So I think this river is going to be our natural sort of border we're going to try and set up. We really, really do need to try and get our wife back. So I am, in fact, going to put a rally point here. Yeah, let's go raid it. Let's go raid Gdansk and such like. So the troops are here. We're going to go over the border, try and grab a bit of gold. From a quick glance, I can see that most of this has actually already been looted. I'm also going to grab our marshal, and we're going to increase... Oh god. We're going to try and increase control everywhere and get the hold of the land back. Fortunately, those raids have kind of hit us in terms of control. So I think because we're raiding, we will get some prestige from that, if I'm not mistaken. And they have 1,000 men coming, so we're out there. Not sure we're going to get out of there. Oh no. Yep, we're going to end up fighting here. Not sure how this... Oh wow, okay. This is taking an unexpected turn at the start. Okay. Who's commanding here? They're on us. We're slapping them about here. I did not expect to win that. There we go. There we go. I am not going to push the... I'm not going to rock the boat. We're going to come back, disband, and we'll take the 3 gold victory that we just had there. Someone's fighting here now? Okay, it looks like they're just fighting in our land, so I guess there's that. I can't disband them for... Oh no, they're coming back for more. I have ridden, taken aim, and struck so many times I thought nothing could upset my rhythm. As I take yet another gallop down the practice range, a commotion I cannot fully see makes my horse rear up. For an instant, momentum keeps me pinned in the back of the horse as it starts shaking. Then, as if time is flowing slow, I can feel myself becoming dislodged. We're obviously going to try and gain control. I can feel myself being thrown left and right, but no motion can make me loosen my grasp on the reins and the saddle. My commands eventually soothe the horse, and the animal is soon back to stomping eagerly on the hard-packed ground, as stable as ever. Such a forceful beast. There we go. Okay, they are coming back at us here. There's not much we can do about that, so I guess we're just preparing again. Oh. Wife, is you... Oh my god, our giant wife. Give me a second, please. Okay, so... Unfortunately, he is lord under this gentleman. I think we will take a visit there. Let me just add his name to the book. Okay, he's in. Anyway, back to the battle at hand. We also need to find ourselves another wife. Now, as a Viking, I feel like we want to marry someone who's got a bit of prowess. There we go, that's what we like to see. Amazonian. A large Amazonian woman who can fight, has a bit of stewardship. She's deceitful, lustful, and brave. That's exactly who we want on board. I'd like to sign you. Anyway, back to the massive battle happening at hand. It's kind of really important. She has accepted. Well, I guess we'll try and quickly get over a wife by getting under another. We'll begin seducing her, and we'll try and get ourselves an heir. We are still running the die, especially the fact that we are in these armies fighting at every opportunity. These raiders have been knocked back once again. We are going to just pursue them to the border and make sure that they have no further ambitions to come and say hello. They appear to be Ofsky. We're going to stop raiding and just be a standing army. That way they can replenish. They're now getting struck down again. We're going to retreat back. I'm going to try and disband them just so we can try and reform our forces. Simple footman. A fool for stepping onto the training field. Although Golding seemed no threat at first, it became clear that he would be unable to stop his wild and vicious strikes from hurting me. Disarming him suddenly became a matter of life and death. I mean, I think we're building for the future, so we'll take that. We are going to get some stress because we're vengeful. I think we could swallow our pride here and recruit him to be part of our... Oh, he's a giant. He's a giant. I think we're going to recruit him. I think that's the best decision there. I can understand the benefits of that. We're going to disband our army right now. We're going to lick our wounds, and then we're going to try and attack south. He has 900 men, so this might take a wee while for us to get the cash money together. I've not even really checked out our capital. We have no buildings just now. Here we have a market. A trading post, sorry. And then to the east we've just taken that. There's not much going on there. Okay, we're just going to be playing the waiting game just now. Not every gift has to be a grand statement of wealth. Smaller things can make a far greater impression, as long as they are chosen well. I wonder what our wife would appreciate. A silver locket, a stuffed fox. Let's go for a stuffed fox. Who did, you know, what sort of person wouldn't love a stuffed fox? Turns out she likes that. She now has a budding interest in being seduced by us. We're not endorsed by this, our holy man, I guess. We can find him a spouse. Maybe that'll make him happy. We can marry this beautiful woman. That's fine. Try and keep him happy. We have another one. We're going for chivalric dominance. We want to be commander, you know, commander supreme. I am sparring with one of my soldiers, sweat beading on my forehead, when I experience the uncanny sensation of being watched. Looking over my shoulder, I spot my champion Golding, who waves at me. I imagine he goes, "Cooey!" I walk over to greet him. We talk about our weapon practice for a while, trading tricks and advice. Just as I am about to leave for another round, Golding's face lights up as he suggests we practice together. Challenge accepted. The sounds of axe clashing against sword echoes between the courtyard walls. All eyes are on us. Everyone wants to see their high chieftain fighting his champion. The crowd applauds as I lunge, and their admiration makes me bold. Instead of pulling back, I attempt a new technique I have been practicing. The movements flow through me, into my axe, as if I were one. Golding is defenceless before me. Oh no, we could wound him, or we could end it there. I think we're going to end it there. We've just raised this man from the ranks. He's got nothing right now. We're going to end it there. I'm also going to try and find him a wife. I think he could be pretty useful to us in the future, so having him set up a family and really, you know, make a name in the kingdom. Now, he is 33. We obviously want someone with a martial background for him. She is 24. She is, however, ambitious. So is she. Zealous could be good. We're going to marry him to the zealous individual. Let's get him, hopefully, a family started. And I'm going to be honest, I'm also going to pin him. We've got a bit of background, we've got a bit of a story going on with Golding, and I like that. Our troop numbers are growing and growing, which is what I like to see. We need to try and get up to full strength if we're going to go to war again. I am going to upgrade... No, I'm not. I'm going to keep some prestige. I'm not just going to keep throwing it away. We have increased our control. We will do that once again in the heart of here. Then we'll spread to our outer provinces. Important that we keep control. These chaps are next, though. They're next on the list for the mighty Prussia under Fread. Really do want to go raid this asshole, though. 700 men, 850. I think we want to be... I think that's it. Our first port of call is going to be to raise our raiders and go over there and quite literally go to the first port of call and we're going to try and seek revenge for our ex-wife. Our first wife. Super Scrubbed in High Chief Greca suggests a reading. Oh god, let's be entertained. Engrossed. She approached me. Good choice, Fread, she replies and puffs her chest. It was great, wasn't it? Our smouldering chemistry can be seen on the surface. Okay, troop numbers 914. We'll let that swell just now and then we'll come back to it. And we are now successfully laying with our wife. Excellent. We're going to raise all of our army as raiders. They're going to gather and we're immediately going over to say hello on the little isle here. So let us... Oh. Unable to raid across sea. So we're Prussian. This has actually changed. Ah. So this is another one of the new features that I know not much about just now. We're going to have to dive into that. Diverge culture. Oh wow, 4,500. Probably not terribly hard to get. We could probably do some of that. Anyway, we'll dive into that at a later date when we come to it. I think we probably want to try and sway this man now so that he will begin supporting us. We've laid with our wife. She's in love with us. You know, not much more you can ask. I think I'm actually going to go... We can't go and raid them because they've already been raided. I think I'll go across here and we'll do some raiding here. Maybe try and grab some captives. We'll hit that. And then I think we'll maybe sweep round here and just do like a northern European tour. Making our way slowly back. We can grab some captives and that would be excellente. High Chiefess Gerkis is now pregnant. So another thing I want to bring up. For anyone who comes across this video maybe isn't familiar with myself or my content creation. I like to add a bit of interaction with chat. So if you folks have any names for potentially children, for weapons, for armor, put them in comments. I will try and influence the game with your additions. So please let me know. But our wife is pregnant. That's excellent. Let's see how that progresses. That is the control raised once again. We were going to move over and I think I'll start with the lesser places where it's not quite as bad, and then we'll try and bring the rest up to sort of code, if we can call it that. I see he has raised troops. I assume he's coming towards us. We are commanding still. I fancy our chances if he comes at us here, I'll be honest. I fancy our chances. He's going to come and give it a go. I don't think he's got much joy here. He is sadly going to reduce our raid numbers, but that's fine. Hopefully we capture someone. Nope, okay then. We're going to come back, drop off the loot, and then I think we'll maybe jump down and move. I think I'll go to the south here. I think I'll cross here and do some raiding to the south. Yeah, they're not any great size, so we should be able to hit them. We can go over here. We can raid these chaps. How many men have we got? 12. Okay. We should be fine. We can do hopefully a quick hit and run. I might even hit this 15 gold, return it, and then we'll disband and maybe try and get full numbers. The head. My mortal god. We need to get ourselves a court physician. This is not good because we're about to go into a battle and I'm leading. We have managed to raid. Ostra is quite talented. 50 gold will basically be bankrupt. I think we need to go for middle of the road here. I think it's important that we don't bankrupt ourselves before a fight. Right, I think we'll do no more than what is necessary just now. Concoction made from buckthorn and senna. And it's worked. We've got reduced disease symptoms, so hopefully we're gonna come out the other end of this well. This is a big battle for us because we need to try and win this so that we can return with the loot, and I've got to say we're looking pretty good so far. Okay, bit of success. The raid's gonna finish. Let's go drop off the money. You know what? I think we're gonna return our loot, and we're gonna try and get some territory for our Golding, our champion, and potentially long term our friend. So let's disband our armies. Excellent! We have our first son born. Oh, Gerkis, you have been so brave, so strong. Words cannot describe my love for you. And now we have a perfect little son. One day, child, you will carry on my legacy. What name would befit a high chieftain? So, we are Fread. What could we go with here? I'm going to go with Jaggernaut. Naturally, it's going to be like Juggernaut, but we're going to try and make it sound, I don't know, like the spice of the area. So we're going with Jaggernaut. I'll probably end up calling it Jaggernaut because I'm ignorant. But that's what we're going with for our firstborn son. Let's have a look at him. There he is. Oh, and excellent. He is Hale. We will immediately begin educating our child. And his focus is going to... We don't know yet. Bit early. He's days old. He's days old. Okay, we're going to try and get our troop numbers up, and then we're going to attack this individual here. He has 900 men. I'm thinking we could probably just go in and start causing problems straight away. We seem to have quite a few competent commanders. So let's go strike at him. So we can conquer a county. I'm going to go for Chelmno, just so we can sort of join up our borders, and honestly it just looks better. So we are going to war. We are raising all of our armies. They're going to gather there, and then we're going straight for the capital. Ideally he wouldn't be running and we'll just have a nice pitched battle straight away, but I guess we deal the hand in front of us. We're still not endorsed. That's fine. Right, we are sieging the holding that we want. They are running around in their land. I'm not sure what they're doing, so I'm just going to let this continue at this point. I think Gerkis would serve you well as a concubine. Isn't that the person I could just... I don't want a concubine just now. I don't want a concubine. Our wife hasn't done anything to lead us to having a concubine. I know it's a cultural thing, but I wouldn't say it's something that we want to rush to. We are losing prestige. I think that's because we're probably not at war, right? But we're trying to expand the grey borders of Prussia. That's the dream here. I think we're going to siege this. We'll head for our own lands, do a long loop, and then come round. Hopefully pick up some new recruits in the way, and then we'll slap them out of here. The Sieger's Chelmno has about 25 days left. That one has 5 months, so I dare say we can get there. Bidris has been swayed, so hopefully, yeah, he's now got a positive opinion. So we are going to head north. We're going to go round our own land, and then we're going to go round and counter them. That is our path. That way, hopefully, we can pick up some new recruits and replenish our numbers. We're no longer ill. Bless the gods. Speaking of that, is there anything in here we could do? Recruit a forest specialist. I mean, it probably would be helpful long term, but I think I'd like to get a building underway and perhaps even commission an artifact, so I think I'll wait. This is a huge pitch battle. Your councillor Gurnath has died. That's not good. Let's quickly replace him, if we can. Chancellor, we have a few now, and we're going to put Chief Bioris in. That makes sense. It's actually reasonably well set for the job. We have a steward here. We must have someone with higher than 6 stewardship. Our champion here. Let's assign you a champion here. Is this guy anything important though? Steward and champion, that's fine. 12, 16, 13. I'm fine with the rest of them just now, that'll do. Okay. To make my validate Bidris more susceptible to my attempts at approaching him, I can include a compliment in my next missive to his court. I will be sure to mention his fickle, temperate, and calm. Forgiving nature. We have victory in that battle. I would, and you know what, I'm just going to, there we go. He is beginning to like us. So we are going to go in, we're going to just siege this before we end the war and just, you know, make sure that the damage is done. And who knows, we might end up grabbing ourselves a few prisoners. Prisoners are the spice of life. Our wife is once again pregnant. Excelente. And we have a new martial perk. I am going to go for Never Back Down. That'll give us extra advantage, and it's going to give us the lack of casualties should we, God forbid, lose. Our marshal as well has, once again, increased control, and we're going to go for the hard one here, Scalovia, which will take 10 years. Good lord. We really can't let anyone raid us hard here. Right, before I go overkill and end this war, we're just going to go finish them off and try and capture someone. We really do need some gold. Please don't unsiege this. This will add a lot of time. They're coming back. So we win this battle, we're going to head north, and... Is that the same guy? Wait a minute. No, I think they might be from up here. We're going to have to build some walls on our coastal settlements, that's for sure. Yeah, we definitely need to do that. That's what we wanted. Enemy combatants. Yep, that's what we want. We're now going to end the war. Force demands. And what we will do is we will give Chelmo to Golding. We'll forge a bit of a friendship with Golding. So let us grant a title. He will be given the chiefdom of Chelmno. Now unfortunately we are ambitious. This is going to give us some stress, but the man's our friend. We want him to be with us sort of long term. We have just been overwhelmed by stress. That's not very cash money. I think yeah, it's a good ally to have there available. We're going to disband our troops. There we go. Okay. Unfortunately, we have suffered a mental break. Now, do we want to go for irritable or a drunkard? I think I'll go for irritable. I think that fits with being vengeful. So that'll work for us. We have few champions again. What I kind of want to do is I'll take the decision to... I'm going to call a hunt. We'll try and get the kingdom around. We'll try and get everyone quite happy and everyone content. We are no longer overwhelmed by stress, but sadly we obviously have an outlook that we now use. Bounding through the plains, I am gaining on the majestic stag I have been chasing for hours. Just as I prepare to strike, I hear my vassal, Chieftain Golden, cry out in pain. He has fallen and is now clutching his leg. Do I tend to him, or do I continue chasing the stag? We are wrathful, diligent, ambitious, and vengeful. I think we're going to leave him just now. He's only hurt his leg. What's the worst that can happen? We have another son born. Gerkus has given us a second son. The name the game is suggesting is Gertrudus. I think I'll go in with Ruin. R-U-H-N. Ruin. That will be our second son born of our dynasty. And I feel like this is as good a point as any to have a little stop. So this will be episode 1. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in and checked out the channel thus far. Really do appreciate that. Been trying to grow the YouTube over the last little while, so it's nice to be given the opportunity to show the new DLC off in the early access. There is, you've probably noticed, a royal court button here. Now, to do that, you have to be a king or an emperor, and you have to be feudal or clan. So we've got a bit of time to build up to that, but in the meantime, I can show you all the artifacts and the new options that are here, as well as some of the editing that we can do to our kingdom title, our colour. It's just simple things, quality of life. But my friends, until the next one, any suggestions for names, whether it be weapons, maybe renaming some of our cities, etc., put it in the comments. And until the next one, toodle pip for now.